God, thank you that you are able to do this. You are not a God of empty promises. You are not a man that you should lie. When you say it, you'll do it. We are your Israel, Jesus. We've been grafted into this tree, this beautiful nation. We are your people. And you've promised that you're going to do this. You said you're going to breathe your spirit into us. And I'm praying right now that you would, Holy Spirit, you give us an audacious faith. Audacious, crazy, big faith, that we wouldn't allow you to become a small God made in our image. But we would allow you to make us in your image, Jesus. In fact, if you are listening to this and you realize that you've shrunken God down, and you were settling it just like together bones for a long time. Can you stand up right now? I just want to pray for you. Thank you. Anybody else? Awesome. Pray for you guys. Jesus, you look at your world and you're not okay with the mess. But you've called the church to be the solution. You've empowered us. You've enabled us. You've called us to lives of radical obedience, to lives actively engaged, so full of you, so satisfied in your presence that it overflows and affects those around us. That's what you called us to, Jesus. And you want to make us a vast army, bones together, flesh on, tendons working, full of your spirit, going to war, Lord God. You want to march us right out of that valley. And I pray for each of us right now, those of us standing, God, Holy Spirit, stir in our hearts again. Give us a zeal again. Breathe into our dry bones. We prophesy to these dry bones and we say, come to life. Stand up. Lift your eyes and believe. Apply your faith to the promises of God and let your life fall in line with His truth. I pray that you would do this in us. I pray that you would do this through us. I pray that you would receive all the glory. And as we hear miraculous story after miraculous story, we would look and see and know that you are God and you have done it. Pray these things in Jesus' name. And then, as you take your seats, we're going to do an offering. No communion is what I meant to say. And the team can come up for communion. So we're going to hand out these things. What is communion? If you don't know, in the back of your chair is this little card that explains it all. Communion is the place where we come to apprehend the truth of God. That's where we come. Right? So the world's telling us a different story. The world's telling us it's over, that it's finished, that together bones is the best we can hope for, maybe a comfy valley. Right? But communion is the place where we come and we see that He actually broke the power of sin. He actually broke death. And He's actually breathing new life into us by the power of His Spirit. Jesus Christ has finished it. It is finished. Tetelestai, in Him. He's spoken a new word over you. That word is son or daughter, redeemed, righteous, pure, without a single sin, not a single blemish. You are perfect in the eyes of God. This is what we come to remember when we remember Him. So as you take the biscuit, which represents His body, and as you drink of the grape juice, which represents His blood, remember Him and prophesy to your dry bones and begin to speak the truth of what He said over your circumstance. We do not conform ourselves to the patterns of this world. Instead, we renew our mind and we become conformed to His image. And we live as living sacrifices. It's everywhere. I could literally go through the whole Bible. It's everywhere. God is saying, believe what I've said and live as if it's true, because it is. You don't belong, He's adopted you. You haven't been loved, He loves you. You have no purpose, He gave it to you. You need a new name, it's yours. It's here, now. Live in it. So thank you. voice of the broken heart. Hear their cries, see their tears, feel their pain. All the lost to be found. Hear your truth, says by your blood, all is new again. New again. Savior's life on the cross to return what was lost, to soothe all cries, wipe all tears away. Hear a joyous sound across the world resound. By your love, give us life again. There's a name like no other. Nations come to surrender, made whole by the blood of the Lamb. There's a name like no other. Nations come to surrender, made whole by the blood of the Lamb. Jesus, Savior, heal our wounds and set us free, to be with you forever, our King. You bring hope like no other. Our broken past is no longer. You restore all peoples to be yours. Savior's life on the cross to return what was lost, to soothe all cries, wipe all tears away. Hear a joyous sound across the world resound. By your love, give us life again. There's a name like no other. Nations come to surrender, made whole by the blood of the Lamb. There's a name like no other. Nations come to surrender, made whole by the blood of the Lamb. Jesus, Savior, heal our wounds and set us free, to be with you forever, our King. You bring hope like no other. A broken past is no longer. You restore all people to be yours. You restore us, Jesus. Oh, that we will speak life into our situation. Oh, Lord, bring life to our dry bones. Oh, Lord, breathe your breath of life as we declare. Yes, Lord, my heart cries, yes, Lord, to you, only you. Yes, Lord, my life says yes, Lord, to you, only you, Jesus. Yes, Lord, your church cries, yes, Lord, to you, only you. Yes, Lord, nations sing yes, Lord, to you, only you, Lord. Yes, Lord, my heart cries yes, Lord, to you, only
only you. Oh, yes, Lord, your church cries, yes, Lord, to you, only you are Lord. Yes, Lord, nations sing, yes, Lord, to you, only you, Lord. We cry, yes, Lord, to you, to your call, to your breath of life. We cry, yes, oh Jesus, Jesus saved, healed our wounds, set us free, to be with you forever, our King. You bring hope like no other, a broken past is no longer. You restore all peoples to be yours.
Hope you're feeling encouraged. There's hope. There's hope. I'm going to have to break the mood. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do that, but it's a part of our worship. It's just a response to what God said today. And today is Mission Sunday. So what you need to know is every first Sunday of the month, we do something called Mission Sunday, where we take off a missions offering. We have missionaries in Abu Greece, well, church planters everywhere. So we're going to take up an offering. So if you want to give, there's an envelope. So we have new forms. They're quite cool. But there's an envelope you can use. You can give via snap scanning, use snap scan and give. And you can put the money in an envelope. So what we're going to do is, when everyone here on this side, please come around the back of the buckets and move around that way. Everyone on this side, so everyone from here on this side, come around the front and give each other a high five and like a, I don't know, do like a little flick thing. But let's give our money. Let's worship God with stuff we have. Let's just do it quick. So everyone get up, stand up. Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. Missions this side. And then offering your tithing that side. Alright, are we cool with that? We're cool with that. Are ready for a miracle round? I say ready for a miracle round. Ready to go around and high five, go crazy. When I count to one, we're gonna do this. Are you guys ready? I say ready. 3, 2, 1. Get up! Let's go, let's go. Please do not leave yet. Please do not leave yet. There's no chance to sneak out. You can't sneak out yet, not just yet. Please just take your seats again. Alright, you can just take your seats again. You can just take your seats again. Another way to worship is by serving, by giving of your time. And I think for me that is still the most valuable way I serve God, the most important way for me. Because I don't have a lot of money. I'm a student. As you can see, I'm saving money on shaving cream and stuff. That's why I do it. But you can sign up to serve. It's a one-week commitment. So if you please look at the forms. Look at the forms on your seat. They're quite cool. So there's a sign-up form. It's a blue one. There's another blue one that you're confused, which is giving. And then again, there's one for prayer. There's one for connect. Just read through them. Pretty much self-explanatory. They explain very well. That's what it means for me. I'm English. So we just go through them. Please sign up to serve. It's a one-week commitment. And every time when you sign up to serve, we try to honor you for serving. So we do like a lucky draw thing.
And we do one for each cycle. Yes, we do one for each cycle. We do one for each Sunday. So today, the Sunday one, okay, just put it to winners. Timmy one, that's amazing. Kids can serve too, by the way. And high school guys, you can serve too. Alright, let's do that. So Timmy one, and then we have a winner for the cycle draw. A big prize winner, I see right there. She's it's like really amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. So please sign up to serve. It's really awesome. And that's how you get connected, that's how you get plugged in. It's really such a cool way. I'm going to stop talking now because we have a lot of important announcements to make. So we're going to have someone really cool make the announcements. Because he's quite good at it. It's Pastor Roger. Can you give a shout to Pastor Roger?
Really cool, that's exciting. I just call myself groovy because the older you get, the groovier you get. So. Got my announcements, my Palm Pilot. For the next 7 weeks, okay, we have homes. Typically, during the week we have home cells, which are generally spread around Edenvale and then one in the north and far away. But for the next 7 weeks, we are having home cell here at the church every Wednesday night. Okay? So this coming Wednesday is the Matt was talking about we need the Spirit of God to breathe on us. You know what? That's what this Wednesday is about. This is our Holy Spirit refueling week, where we come and we seek God for refreshing and refueling so that we can go on for the next seven weeks. Alright? So please make sure this Wednesday night, come. We're going to be praying. If you haven't been filled with the Holy Spirit, we'll pray for you. If you have been filled with the Holy Spirit, it's a refilling night. It's going to be incredible. Then, for the 6 weeks after that, we're meeting together. We're going through a teaching series. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be life-changing. But here's the thing. We've been having this discussion at staff. Like, how do we make sure that everyone actually feels part of this? Because if you have little people, I understand this because I have little people, you can't be here. Because it starts 7:30, which is actually bedtime for little people. So we're like, and we've been having this discussion, and how do we actually make sure that people can feel part of this thing, even though you might not be able to be here? So the plan we've come up with is if one representative of your family can be here, that's good. But then we need to know that, because what's going to happen is we're going to burn that session for you onto a DVD. So if Nicole and I come, or Nicole comes and I have to stay at home and do the babysitting, she'll get a DVD when she gets here. And then it's not just going to be so you can go home and watch it together. We're going to make it like, we're going to do like the outsurance, like goggles for your dog kind of thing. We're going to give you maybe a tea bag or two and a picture for your children or a bag of popcorn so that as a family you can do this thing, alright? Because the teachings we're going to go through need to be for the whole church, not just for the individual. So please, I'm going to be sending an email out to the home cell leaders to make sure that they give us information on who's going to be here. Because we want to make sure that you and your family are part of this thing. Alright, so that's for combined home cell. So for the next 7 weeks, 7 for 7:30, 7 o'clock coffee should be ready. 7 for 7:30, we will be starting for the next 7 weeks here at Renown. That will be home cell. If you're not in a home cell, come. Because hopefully then you're in the routine of this, and then we can find a great home cell for you. Home cell is life-changing. If you're a member of this church, you should be in home cell. Because if you're not, then you're missing out. Because that's actually part of what it means to be a member of Renown Church. You come on Sunday morning, Sunday night prayer meeting, and Wednesday. So tonight is missions prayer meeting. Come. We're going to be praying for our missionaries and our mission stuff. We have, Red Frogs. Remember to sign up, oppie at redfrogs.co.za, I think it was. If you want to go on the Zoom trip and you haven't spoken to me or share, please speak to me or share. Our interviews are this Wednesday. Then, last announcement, and then we are done and you can go and have coffee. This next Sunday is a very unique, as part of Matt's dry bone thing. How many of you have neighbors or friends at work that you're like, Jesus, they're never going to get to know you? Because you're just like, I've shared with them, I've told them about you, I've invited them to church, nothing's ever happened. I believe, and I really believe that that's like dry bones. Pray for them. This Sunday night, we have Andre de Villiers coming to do a show, share his story. He's an incredible musician. Okay? If you haven't been to one of Andre's shows, you've missed out. So this Sunday night, not tonight, sorry, next Sunday, the 12th. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors, come Andre is one of the most likable people when you start to listen to his story. And then he starts singing the songs about his story and cry, and people are going to encounter God that night. So if you've got dry bone neighbors or dry bone work colleagues who you think will never get to know Jesus, I'm trusting God that next Sunday night it's going to be an opportunity to do that. So, as we become a last time, may Jesus win and we lose. Amen.
And here's some of his music. Hi. Good. How you doing?
That's why I'm not on the team. I'm neither here. Cameron's sounding good today.
You said that so unsarcastic that I was like, what? Fun.
That it's getting loud enough. Booming and overpowering everything.
But it sounded nice and clean. How much change the house is in cloud. In fact, there's one of the advantages. This might get strange from the guitar.
I just started working here. I'm not
One of the advantages.
They got irritated.
It's a nice in its own space. It's not really dead. But it's,
Shelly wants to go
but
box
anyway,
back.
everything was nicely in their own little space. It's just
Just Derek was missing, but the problem was that he somehow didn't realize that he was playing this morning, so he only arrived after sound check. So I didn't get the song.
Got Shelly.
he also didn't look that short. So
I think
it's
it's because it was last minute and
Dude, it's so weird. I get
song.
home.
You haven't had that, just that one
Like, it takes me 20 minutes to get in.
You're like, I do know this song. Then you realize
I
that.
could see
Like, it was the weirdest on Wednesday.
but somehow there was
I didn't even realize. People just started to it's like almost 3/4 of everybody just started getting at people. It's just signed out. There's no time.
Yeah, but you see, the other thing is
And now the marketing
change it now. But normally what I do is if it is quite full in bass, I usually take that bass out. Otherwise you can't get your vehicles. Or at least you have to emphasize the high frequency so you can hear it against everything
just
else.
thin it out.
But this morning, because we didn't have a bass start when we started, I left that bass
But I still wouldn't leave it
in there.
Like, I'd rather leave it.
When Derek came out and taken out because it's on the same. So it all came together quite much.
That was something good.
What?
Cool, it's loud.
It's not just the marketing.
That's preach.
We also struggling at the moment. That wasn't outrageously loud, but those speakers aren't throwing this. So it's seriously loud. Yeah, it's seriously loud, almost harsh in the front, but in the back here and from the front, it's fine. but I don't want to be really like it.
It's just started working it.
I think that one on the side there has died.
I'm fine. Even fine, I think the like, you still got a call. High frequency or warning. I'll come to work. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow.
But just one of the two. So the one facing the center, the one facing out.
They threatened her with the discipline once she didn't want to go home. But like this, that's the kind of people that they make them such nice. So happy.
Either the little EAW, but that's very expensive.
Some of the cheap ones.
The wallpaper, Harry.
Because you know what I did the first day? I was just going through their Facebook stuff, their website stuff. Like if they just like some program all the text. I just want to make
There's a small one, and I forgot the name.
but they got, I can see it's going to be a bit of the one website, the website that they got the picture of the small, so that everyone's like, okay, just make it okay, take pictures and change it up.
Dan, you stop the street. No. Sorry, I didn't stop. Yeah.